Hi there guys, it's Eastwood for Life Fan here, back with another movie pickups update video, and this is movie pickups update for the month of October 2023. Not a huge haul. I did receive a DVD and did get some Blu-ray and 4K movie releases in this update. So the first format is the only DVD, and this was actually sent to us in a recent trade package that I did with Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection, also known as Daig Films. A Raquel Welch movie, Flareup, which I've never seen before. This is from the late 1960s, where she plays this go-go dancer located in Las Vegas, where she gets stalked by her crazed ex-husband, and this is on the U.S. Warner Archive Collection label. And Raquel Welch did pass away early this year. Yeah, stunning and beautiful woman she was, and I wouldn't mind picking up a few more of her movies. I mean, she wasn't the greatest actress, but better than she's credited for, Raquel Welch in Flareup. On to the Blu-rays now. A couple of Steve McQueen movies from that trade package. Kino Lorber releases. First time releases on Blu-ray. This early 1960s World War II movie, directed by Don Siegel. Hell is for Heroes. Quite underrated, this one. Also James Coburn is in this one as well. Yeah, first time released on Blu-ray. Hell is for Heroes. And the other Steve McQueen movie is Nevada Smith, a western from the I think it was 1966, where McQueen is supposed to play a teenager, but he was actually in his mid-30s, of a half American and a half Indian, who goes after a gang of killers who kill his parents. Also in this one is the great Carl Malden, always plays a very good villain, Martin Landau, and Arthur Kennedy. Nevada Smith. Finally released on Blu-ray. And it being October, I did pick up a stack of horror movies, and shout out time to the great channel of the Forgotten Horror channel, Davey Dark and the Lost Boy Anthony. Yeah, great guys. I'll leave the link of their fantastic channel, where we did do a Talking Movies live stream with my good buddies Dan's Movie Cave and Jeff 101 Bronson, and Davey and Anthony were on the live stream where we talked about the horror genre. So yeah, real fun live stream that we had with those guys, and yeah guys, please do check that live stream out, because I never laugh so much in a live stream as much as that one. And actually Davey Dark always recommended this horror movie from the early 1980s, The Prowler, from 1981, directed by Joseph Zito. This was a first time watch for me. I heard about the movie for many years, also known as Rosemary's Killer in the UK. And this was directed by Joseph Zito, more known for directing Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, and a couple of Chuck Norris movies like Missing in Action and Invasion USA. And this one's about a serial killer who kills a couple of victims in the mid 1940s, only to return 30 years later. Very similar to the My Bloody Valentine with the look of the killer. He dressed with a kind of a helmet, and he's in a uniform. But yeah, not as good as My Bloody Valentine, but a decent slasher movie from the early 1980s, and some pretty gruesome kills. The Prowler. This is the Blue Underground U.S. release. The next movie I haven't seen since I watched this at the cinema. Wolf, starring Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, I haven't revisited this one. I actually was a little bit disappointed when I did watch this movie about a publisher who gets bitten by a wolf. You know, the usual story. And then he kind of gets more energized and kind of super competitive. Yeah, this is the Indicator Limited first press and release, where you get the booklet. Always found this kind of odd, Jack Nicholson being in this werewolf movie, which it did gross $130 million. So yeah, hoping that the a revisit is going to be a more better movie than the first time I watched it. I mean, it was okay, but I do like my werewolf movies. So yeah, Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer, who plays the love interest in this movie. The next couple of movies are actually movies directed by Michael Dougherty. This one, Trick or Treat, one I've always wanted to watch. Halloween themed horror tales, and this is kind of like 5 stories that kind of cross over. Cleverly done. I really did enjoy this one, and this one's this is the U.S. Scream Factory release, Trick or Treat. Yeah, very well made, this one, by Michael Dougherty, and he also directed this movie, which I also picked up, Krampus. This is a festive season kind of fun horror movie, this one. And this one I've never seen before, but I did pick this one up in my local CX store for quite a cheap price. And more Halloween horror movies. This one, Tales of Halloween, and this one actually has 10 stories that kind of cross over. I think Adrian Barbeau is in this one. And this is DVD and Blu-ray combo, which I might watch tonight actually. Yeah, Tales of Halloween, one I've always wanted to check out. This is a US release. You can get I think it's a German and Spanish release, but I don't think this has been released on Blu-ray in the UK. And then I picked up Sinister II for a cheap price. Did enjoy the first movie, starring Ethan Hawke. And speaking of Ethan Hawke, I did pick up The Black Phone, which pretty good movie, this one. A child killer is on the loose in a neighborhood, and then he kidnaps a 13-year-old boy and kind of leaves him in a soundproof basement. And the young 13-year-old, he kind of hears voices of the previous victims. Decent movie, this one, and Ethan Hawke plays the actual child abductor. Decent watch, this one. The Black Phone. Yeah, I did like the look of the masked child killer abductor. Onto the 4K titles, and not just modern day horror movies. I did upgrade to the Exorcist 4K release. Movie from the 1970s, 1973. Probably the most controversial and most talked about horror movie, this one. Starring Linda Blair as the young girl who gets possessed, only for two Catholic priests who try to save her with an exorcism. Yeah, The Exorcist, it's a classic horror movie. Not in my top 10 greatest horror movies, but yeah, like I say, it's much talked about, and yeah, great performances in this one. But I just do prefer other horror movies to The Exorcist. So yeah, I do also have the Exorcist Blu-ray set, but this one clearly the best one in the series of movies. Not interested in the new Exorcist movie which got released in October. Yeah, The Exorcist on 4K. And another horror classic from the early 1970s, Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this is the U.S. release, comes with the slipcover and with stacks of features. And you do get the original artwork. One of the greatest horror movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The next movie is actually one I haven't seen for many years, from the 1990s, which I always loved, and this is Joel Schumacher's Flatliners, also produced by Michael Douglas. Yeah, this is from Arrow Video. Not a fan of this slipcover artwork. Flatliners. You cannot beat the original poster shot. Kiefer Sutherland, Julie Roberts, William Baldwin, and also Kevin Bacon. Yeah, Joel Schumacher, who did direct a couple of Batman movies, and he did do The Lost Boys, which he made, I think it was a couple of years before this. This is the booklet about a group of medical students who kind of want to see what's after death in their kind of experiment. Kiefer Sutherland. And Julia Roberts. Yeah, always been a fan of this one. Today is a good day to die. I always remembered that line in the movie that Kiefer Sutherland would say. So yeah, that is Flatliners. I still need to pick up The Lost Boys 4K release. And the last two movies were part of that trade package. The Kino Lorber 4K release of Death Wish. It comes with a slipcover, alternative artwork, great shot of the Vigilante, the movie that made Charles Bronson into a worldwide star of the Vigilante, Paul Kersey, and it does come with the Blu-ray and 4K. And the last time I pick up this movie in a format, I've got many editions of Death Wish. And the last one's this super set from Vinegar Syndrome. I haven't got many Vinegar Syndrome releases, but this is Sidekicks, a Chuck Norris movie getting the 4K special treatment, one from the early 1990s, directed by his brother Aaron Norris. And it's about a teenager at school who gets bullied, and he dreams of being Chuck Norris's sidekick, and he trains for a martial arts tournament, and Chuck Norris is going to be like the special guest there. And a great addition this, which I'll take a look here inside the box. Also in this movie stars Beau Bridges and also Mako. You get another slip, and you also get a booklet. Yeah, I think this is the first Chuck Norris movie that gets a 4K release. There is Beau Bridges and Mako, who was also in Conan the Destroyer, and the teenager played by Jonathan Brandis, who died at an early age, who did have a promising career. Yeah, not one of Chuck Norris's more known movies, but it's always one that I've liked. Sidekicks. So that is Sidekicks from Vinegar Syndrome. Beautiful release. So guys, there are all the movies that I picked up in October 2023. Hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of all those releases, and yeah, stay tuned for more future content from Eastwood for Life fan, and as always, keep on collecting.
Go ahead, make my day.